Welcome to Redskins Game Time here in Foxborough, Massachusetts. Larry Michael with Andrew Walker, and we're going to get you set for kickoff today, the 10th meeting overall between the Redskins and New England Patriots. This is a series that isn't very deep, started back in 1972. These two teams don't play each other very often, but the Patriots at 7-0, Redskins 3-4, and it's a beautiful day here in Foxborough.
Right, barely a cloud in the sky, a little bit chilly, but it's, as they say, good football weather. I wouldn't know. I'm up in the press box, so I'm comfortable, so that's all that matters.
All right, let's step aside and check out some of the action on the field here. Kickoff 1 o'clock today, and Redskins going to be wearing their white jerseys with the gold pants and looking for a road victory in a long, long time. Any common denominator for this football team not having been able to win on the road?
I don't know what it is. You look at that Falcons game, they definitely could have snuck out of there with a win in overtime, and just unfortunately, the player makes a good play, steps in front of a pass, receiver falls down, and that's it. But, other than that, 2 games at MetLife Stadium, nothing good ever really happens for the Redskins there. They need to get over that. But, yeah, it's really no denominator. It's just more mistakes and bad football at times. And, and a lot of times they play good football, but, they've got to string together, good first, second, third, and fourth quarter today.
Now let's take a look at some of the Redskins warming up. And second from the right, actually third from the right, is number 91, Ryan Kerrigan. You can see him in the black shirt, the white long sleeves. And this guy's a warrior, Andrew. You've known him a long time, and he had surgery
6 days ago.
No. It would have been 2 weeks from, tomorrow.
Yeah. So
nonetheless, he got a pin put in his hand 2 weeks ago, and he's going to go here today. What kind of condition is he in?
Yeah, he's got 3 screws and a bone in his right hand, and surgeons say he's good to go. So each day this week in practice, he got a little bit more contact in, and like you say, he's a warrior. He's going to go. He wants to get after Tom Brady. He wants to be the leader of this pass rush and get them back on track. You have to get Tom Brady out of that pocket. That's where you can have some success against him. If he's staying in the pocket and comfortable, we all know what he can do.
You can't see him from here, but down the line from Ryan is a gentleman by the name of Houston Bates, who has the opportunity of a lifetime, an undrafted free agent out of Louisiana Tech, was impressive in the preseason because of getting to the quarterback. He's going to be active. He's going to play today.
Right, and, they sent Jackson Jeffcoat to the IR yesterday with some back problems. So, yeah, as you said, great opportunity for Houston Bates, who, as a rookie, undrafted rookie, will come in. And Jackson didn't play a ton, so who knows how much he'll play, on defense. But he'll definitely probably get some opportunities on special teams to show what he can do. And, he's one of those guys that when he gets in, he makes plays. So I'm excited to see how his career kind of starts and develops here.
Of course, the Redskins have been off since the victory, the come-from-behind victory, 31-30 over Tampa Bay. And New England has been off since a week from this past Thursday. They had a Thursday night game, so they've had a little bit of a break themselves coming into this game. 7-0 for the Patriots. And Tom Brady, there's not a whole lot we can say about Tom Brady that hasn't already been said. And here he is right in front of us, Deshaun Jackson. And Deshaun is going to play here today. It's great to see D-Jax back in action. And, man, he really changes things for the Redskins.
Yeah, and you talk about opening up, the offense, that playbook for Sean McVay and Jay Gruden. He tried to go deep on that pass. He got hurt against Miami week 1 and got hurt on that play. But, hopefully he's back and feeling good. Opens up a lot. Opens it up for Jordan Reed. Opens it up for Alfred Morris and Matt Jones. Opens it up for Pierre Garçon and others. So we'll see the effect he has immediately today.
Larry Michael, Andrew Walker. Game Time live here at Foxborough Gillette Stadium, capacity of 68,756. And to the right, working out with strength and conditioning coach Chad Engelhart, is Chris Culliver. Cully has been out for the last couple of games, and against Tom Brady, it looks like he's ready. He's got a good attitude, got a smile on his face. He's feeling good, and that's good news.
Yeah, he is ready to go in practice this week. He was getting on his guys in a good way, getting things going in practice and trying to get the guys ready for what's going to be a big matchup today. So, yeah, you really need your number one cornerback against a team like the Patriots, who have the best offense in the league, the best quarterback in the league. So let's see how he can do. Against the Eagles, he really toughened it out with a sore knee, and he's looking good today.
He is looking good, and Andrew is going to give us the inactives as soon as he gets them, and that's one thing about this program, Game Time Live. We come to you live from the sidelines of the Redskins road games. And don't forget, if you're coming to a Redskins home game, you can check us out on the main concourse right there outside of the Bank of America gate. We do the show, moved it, and it's a lot of fun. Got a little bit of a studio audience working there. and we do that before every Redskins home game. But on the road, we're on the sideline, and a little bit of a chill in the air, no doubt about it. You can feel like winter is coming, and I would personally like to rather be in South Florida right now. But nonetheless, temperatures in the mid to high 40s, and there is a wind coming left to right here, which will impact the game, could impact the kicking game, but not a cloud in the sky, as Andrew said when we kicked it off. Just a beautiful day for football as the Redskins go through some pregame warm-ups with strength coach Mike Clark. And the Inactives are in.
Yes, sir. We have the Inactives. A couple that might sound surprising, but with Deshaun is going to be active today, so it might be a surprise. Robert Griffin III inactive. Rashad Ross inactive. D'Angelo Hall will be inactive today with the toe injury. Frank Kierce, sorry, the phone rotated there. Corey Lichtensteiger, Anthony McCoy, and Terrence Knighton, as we knew with the headache problem, he's going to be out today. So Keenan Robinson's running by. He's going to be active. He had some issues in practice this week, but he'll be okay.
So there you go. Fresh off the presses, the inactives for the Redskins here today, and we'll get the inactives for New England if we can before we sign off. And the Redskins come into this game with the challenge here. You know, Tom Brady, 20 touchdowns, 1 interception, and the conventional wisdom is put pressure on Tom Brady. You can't let him sit back there and pick you apart, and that is no secret. Tom Brady is going to be in the Hall of Fame, first ballot Hall of Famer. And I asked Sonny Jurgensen on the pregame show, is Tom Brady in the conversation in terms of the greatest of all time? And he goes, he's at the top of the list. I said, Sonny, tell me more. And he said the way he's playing the game right now is as good as anyone has ever played the position. And I don't know if I can argue that.
Yeah, he's 38 years old. He has 1 interception through 8 games. And just, it's incredible how he's be able to be this productive this late in his career. He said he wants to play 10 more years. And, hey, if he doesn't take the hits and if he can still throw the ball and be a little bit elusive in the pocket, hey, he might be able to do it. If anybody can do it, he can do it.
So putting pressure on Tom Brady is one of the keys here today. And for the Redskins offense, trying to find that ground game. The last 3 games, the Redskins have averaged 2.1, 2.0, and 2.6 a carry as a team over the last 3 games. And for a team that wanted to be known as a running team at the beginning of the year, it certainly has been a switch in terms of the points of emphasis. And to run the ball here, obviously keeping the opponent's offense off the field. I mean, conventional wisdom, but can they run against New England?
I think he can because, they have some talented pass rushers, and I believe they're second in the league in sacks total. Chandler Jones is having a great year, but I think they can run the ball in this game particularly because Deshaun Jackson's back, because Jordan Reed's on a roll, and guys like that open it up down the field. And you saw Kirk Cousins against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, what a comeback, but it was all via the pass because they had to go down the field. So, with rested legs, I think the offensive line and Alfred Morris and Matt Jones will be good to go today.
All right, right there on the 30-yard line right in front of us, Kirk Cousins on a knee warming up with Robert Griffin III. And Cousins obviously coming off an outstanding performance, and his quarterback rating has improved. He's now 23rd in the NFL, mid-80s with the quarterback rating. But again, road games have been tough for this Redskins football team. This would be a huge breakthrough if they could do it. But you're going against the defending Super Bowl champions. And let's be honest, Andrew, other than you and me and Redskins fans around the country and those of us who work for the team, not a lot of people giving this team a chance. Time for your 5 keys to this game and how the Redskins could come away with a win. It would be huge to get to 500, especially with the way the NFC East looks right now. 4-4 on top of the division. Philadelphia plays Dallas. Giants have a very tough game today, so it's not going to be easy, but what do they have to do?
Right. We talked a lot about bottling up Tom Brady, so we're not going to go too much into that. Got to get him out of the pocket, get him uncomfortable. Secondly, you have to control Rob Gronkowski. I said harness Gronk because that guy's an animal. He's the best tight end in the league right now. He can do it. You catch the ball on the outside, inside, down the seam, whatever. You have to do whatever you can to stop Gronkowski.
How do you do that, though, man? I don't know. You got Keenan Robinson's going to be a key factor. I think Deshaun Goldson's going to be a key factor. But, one man doesn't bring him down. And with Brady throwing such active, Brady said earlier this week that the radius that you can throw the ball around Gronkowski is just so large because he's got big hands, long arms, and you got Brady throwing him the ball. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he can out jump you too. So Brady just has to kind of put it in a high spot where no one else but his guy can get it, and Gronk goes and gets it. And hopefully we don't see too many Gronk spikes today. And then Trent Williams just walked by. Trent against Chandler Jones. That's a big key here. Jones is having a great year, breakout year. We saw what he could do in the playoffs last year. He broke out, turned into a star. He's turning into a bigger star this year. So Trent Williams, got to practice against them in training camp last year. It's another kind of a theme here. Some guys know, some, got to introduce to some of these Patriots last year at the Bon Scores Washington Redskins Training Center in Richmond. So
that plug in there, that was very well done.
Yeah, our friends at Bon Scores. And then Shock the World. That's kind of my last one. Redskins have a chip on their shoulder. They're the big underdog here. They're going to play like it. They've done it a couple other times this year. I think of Atlanta as a game where the guys really had nothing to lose. They came in as big underdogs, and they performed well. So we'll see. They got to get to Brady early and get to him often, though, and it's going to be tough.
I mean, it's a New England team that's playing with a lot of confidence. And, one of the stats that was just amazing that I saw this week, that they have won 78 straight at home when leading at halftime. I mean, that's a remarkable record when you think about all the things that could go wrong on a football field, and to win 78 straight. So this first half, I think, is going to be critical for the Redskins.
Yeah, and last week, or 2 weeks ago, against the Buccaneers, there's all that talk about, hey, we got to improve on the third quarter and the fourth quarter. Well, they kind of joked away. We forgot about that the first and second quarter. So they get down 24-0. That can't happen today. That just absolutely can't happen. You're not going to come back against a 24-point deficit, 21-point deficit against the New England Patriots. So yeah, they have to come out fast and come out strong, or else it could get messy.
Now, one final thing before we say goodbye on this edition of Redskins Game Plan Live. Tom Brady, one of the best of all time, no doubt about it, but his offensive line has been severely banged up. They did another shuffle just yesterday. They brought Stork up, a guy that had been on the retrievable injured reserve list. And so, he does get rid of the football quickly, but the fact that he's got this much damage on his offensive line might give you some hope that you can get to him.
Well, that's what makes his season this year even more impressive, is considering he's kind of had a patchwork offensive line, and as you pointed to yesterday, got even more jumbled up with a new guy. So that's just more incentive for the Redskins defense. They keep talking about needing more pressure. This is where they need to show it. It's against a line like this where they have to break through and have pressure and get Tom Brady out of the pocket and get him uncomfortable and force him some bad throws. And maybe our safeties and cornerbacks and Chris Culliver leading the way can get in front of some of those passes.
I want to thank Andrew Walker. What's the crew going to be doing for the next 5 hours or so, Andrew Walker?
Well, we've got Steven Zarda, the great Steven Zarda, with Zarda Vision down on the field for our Vine. So check us out on Vine. We'll be tweeting those out throughout the game. Brian Van Balen, of course, up in the press box tweeting the game. Jake Cream-Trifles doing his thing on the blog. And then I'll be doing the end-game updates and hopefully talking to the team afterwards about a big win.
Thank you very much. Andrew Walker from Redskins.com does an outstanding job. I advise you to check out all that great content on a Redskins game day. I'm going to ask Daryl Johnson, our videographer, to give us a nice, slow look around the stadium, just give you an idea of what the stadium looks like. Of course, there's a lot of tailgating going on outside. It is a beautiful day up here in New England, so the fans are used to winning here. There's no doubt about that. They're used to enjoying themselves here at Gillette Stadium. And we hope they all go home unhappy with the Redskins win, and that would be a shocker. Just imagine it. It is not going to be easy. Redskins 2-touchdown underdogs in this game. But you got to play the game. That's why they play the game, as Sonny Jurgensen told me. And there is a good look at this stadium as game time is approaching. On behalf of the crew, Luke Lesor, Jen Hinkle, and Daryl Johnson, and for Andrew Walker, I'm Larry Michael. We thank you for watching Game Time Live, and don't forget to check out Redskins.com throughout this ball game for pictures, highlights, you name it. Redskins and Patriots, 1 o'clock kick.